Have you ever found yourself sitting there, staring at your phone, waiting for a message that never comes, hoping she'll come back and fix the emptiness that's eating at you? Maybe you scroll through old photos, replay conversations in your head, asking yourself where it all went wrong, and how you could have done things differently so she would have stayed. You feel that tight knot in your stomach, a constant ache that follows you when you wake up and when you lay in bed at night, wondering if she's thinking about you too, or if she's already moved on while you're stuck in this cycle of hope and regret. It's a heavy feeling, and it's easy to let it drag you down, convincing yourself that if you just text her the right words or call her at the perfect moment, you'll fix everything and she'll come running back. But here's the truth that's hard to swallow: chasing her, begging for her to come back, trying to convince her of your worth with words, none of that will work. It will only push her further away, because desperation doesn't attract, it repels. Think about it. Would you feel drawn to someone who constantly needs your validation, who is always reaching out, seeking your attention, who can't stand on their own? Or would you feel burdened by it, suffocated even, wishing you had space to miss them and see their value on your own terms? You have to stop pressing her to come back. It's not about ignoring her or pretending you don't care, but about stepping back and giving both of you space to breathe and see things clearly. When you stop chasing, you give her the chance to wonder about you, to feel the space you've left, to see your worth without it being shouted at her. And that's how you truly start to get her attention. When she finally reaches out, and trust me, the day will come when you see her name pop up on your screen, it's going to feel like a wave of relief and excitement all at once. But this is where most guys slip up. They think it's time to pick up exactly where things left off, to dive back into old conversations, to rekindle old jokes, to act like nothing happened. But that's not what you do if you're serious about building something real this time. You need to treat it like a brand new beginning, a clean slate, not a continuation of the same cycle that ended in heartbreak before. Think of it like rebranding a business. If a business fails, you don't slap a new logo on the same broken system and hope everything will magically work out. You rebuild, you rework the systems, and you show up with something different that people can believe in again. It's the same here. When she comes back, don't rush to remind her of the past. Don't fall back into old patterns, and don't expect her to immediately slip back into the role she once had in your life. Instead, show up as the new version of yourself you've been working to become: confident, calm, and grounded. Approach every conversation with the energy of meeting her for the first time. Be curious about her current life. Ask her what she's been exploring, and listen genuinely, not as a tactic, but as a man who has learned to be present. When you speak, speak about your present, your new habits, your new interests, and the direction you're moving in without seeking validation. This approach will make her feel like she's discovering a new you, and that's exactly what will draw her in deeper this time around. One of the biggest traps you can fall into when she comes back is letting the past run your conversations and interactions. It's natural to want to relive those moments that once made you feel close, to bring up the coffee shop you both loved or the songs you used to play together in the car, thinking it will spark that familiar connection again. But the reality is, staying stuck in those memories can quickly drain any new energy from your dynamic and pull you both back into old patterns that didn't work before. If she brings up something from the past, you don't have to ignore it, but you shouldn't let the conversation linger there. Acknowledge it lightly, and then gently pivot toward what's happening now and what's possible in the future. If she says, "Remember when we used to watch those movies together on Fridays?" you can smile and respond, Yeah, those were good times. By the way, I found this new place that does outdoor movie nights. It could be fun to check out. By doing this, you're showing her you're not bitter or holding on, but you're also not living in nostalgia, and that's magnetic. People are naturally drawn to those who are forward-focused and who carry the energy of newness and potential. This is why it's so important to actually be living a life that's moving forward, one where you've picked up new hobbies, learned new skills, and are building new experiences, not for her, but for yourself. When you have things in your life you're genuinely excited about, it naturally brings the conversation forward and makes her feel like being around you is a chance to step into something new, something better. This mindset keeps your energy fresh, your confidence grounded, and your value evident without you ever needing to say it outright. Predictability is one of the fastest ways to drain the excitement out of any interaction, and it's especially true when she comes back into your life. If she knows exactly what you're going to say, where you're going to take her, how you're going to act, and what conversations you're going to have, there's no reason for her to feel that spark of curiosity or to feel drawn to rediscover who you are now. This doesn't mean you need to act fake or play games, but you do need to bring a level of healthy unpredictability that keeps things fresh. If your usual pattern with her was always texting late at night or sticking to the same routine, shift it up. Maybe you send her a voice note in the middle of the day sharing something funny that happened to you, or you invite her to try something she's never experienced before, like an escape room, a sunrise hike, or a street food market you've recently discovered. Even small changes in how you communicate can reignite curiosity, like taking a few hours to respond instead of instantly dropping everything, or calling her unexpectedly to share a quick exciting update about your day instead of sticking to dry text exchanges. This isn't about manipulation. It's about demonstrating that you're not living your life around her, but instead are living a life that she will want to be part of. Think about how people like Richard Branson live their lives. They're always exploring new ideas, new adventures, and new challenges, and it's that adventurous energy that draws people toward them. You don't have to live an extreme life to be unpredictable. You just have to be willing to explore and try new things, and to lead her into experiences that she will remember, making every moment feel like something fresh rather than a replay of what you used to have. If your relationship ended before, it didn't happen for no reason, and pretending those reasons didn't exist when she comes back will only set you up to repeat the same painful cycle. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of her returning and ignore the uncomfortable conversations that need to happen. But this is exactly the moment when you need to reflect on why things fell apart in the first place. Maybe there were communication issues, unspoken expectations, constant arguments, or a lack of boundaries that left you feeling drained and her feeling unheard. Now is the time to address those issues, not by lecturing her or blaming her, but by calmly and confidently stating what you have learned about yourself and what you need moving forward. You might say something like, "I've thought a lot about what didn't work before, and I've realized that I need clear and honest communication in a relationship. If something bothers us, we need to address it before it turns into resentment. This isn't about creating drama or scaring her away. It's about showing her that you value yourself enough to protect your peace, and that you're serious about not repeating the past." Boundaries are not walls to keep her out, but guidelines that allow both of you to feel safe and respected. If personal space was an issue before, you can express that you've learned how important it is for you to have time for yourself to recharge, and you'd want to make sure that balance is respected moving forward. When you set clear but calm boundaries, you're demonstrating growth and self-respect, and that is the kind of energy that naturally commands respect in return. She will see that if she wants to be in your life again, she will need to meet you in a place of mutual respect, effort, and honesty. And if she isn't ready to meet you there, you will know you are strong enough to continue growing without her, creating a life that is peaceful, fulfilling, and true to the standards you have set for yourself.